Hey folks, so back again with Gwent, and we're playing Greatswords, Saliga Croc Greatswords. I think this deck is well positioned going into the Monsters versus Northern Realms challenge. Good matchups with the armor-based Northern Realms decks, good matchups with the weather-based Monsters decks. I think it's a very strong deck, probably one of the true Tier 1 decks in Gwent. Like 7% win rate as measured by up. So yeah. Deck is fairly straightforward. Basic idea is that we're playing the Greatsword here, which does two things for us. Because of its ability, which says every 2 turns, if this is damaged, heal, and then strengthen itself by 2, we can manage that in 2 ways. One, we can do a lot of damage to those things, knowing that they're going to be healed. So we can play this light long ship here, which deals damage to the Greatswords. Incidentally, over time, the Greatswords heal that damage, which end up with a lot of snowballing power between these two things. But also, because the Greatsword is actually strengthening itself to 16, 18, 20 points over the course of a round, it becomes a very good resurrection target for a win in round 3. So that's the basic plan. Everything else just supports this. So for example, your Corsairs help you fetch the long ships. Spear Maiden and Croc himself helps you fetch the Greatsword. The Wild Boar of the Sea is a better version of the light long ship. The Resurrection Silvers are better versions of the Priestess. Fret is another way to deal damage to yourself. Take advantage of that. Hound Snout is another Greatsword-like card that kind of rewards you for dealing damage to yourself. We've got a 3-point spy plan. The combination of him, Skjall, and our Silver Spy is a very strong spy plan. And then Muzzle is our only true piece of control against opposing engine decks. It's pretty darn good. I've tried running Coral in this spot as well in the past day, but right now I'm liking Muzzle a little bit more. I'm going to probably go back and forth between Muzzle and Coral, and I go back and forth between a Mandrake and Herald here, depending on whether I think the Mandrake is necessary. I think as the faction challenge gets going, you see a lot more Sabbath decks, and the Mandrake might have to come in. But yeah, that's basically the deck. And then Dandelion Poet is just tempo, and that's it. So we'll jump in, kind of show it off. It's a very mathematically intensive deck, but it's not. It's not a difficult deck to play, especially compared to just off of playing Spies, which was a very tactical deck, and Death Wish, which was very much like a deck that had an interesting strategy to it. With this deck, you just play out every round as long as you possibly can, and you just make the optimal play numbers-wise. And the only real challenge figuring out what the optimal play number-wise is knowing how your opponent is going to attempt to kill or remove your Greatswords. Playing Brewer here. We mulligan our Spy because we have a tutor for it here. We mulligan our Corsairs. We have targets for them in the graveyard yet. And overall, we end up with a pretty deep hand. Alright. Have War Dancers, and they lost the coin flip, so I'm not unhappy with that. They're going to try to spy us. We're going to spy right back, but our spy is going to be 5 points better than their spy. So not unhappy with that at all. Unfortunately, our threat here and the fact that the Corsair is cursed, doomed, means that it's going to be banished. And I have to remember that because my tracker doesn't actually record things that come out of the deck and then get immediately banished. Remember that I am down on Corsair. Alrighty. Opponent is doing things over there. We I think are just going to play Croc out, almost certainly. Because we drew Fret, Croc now gets us a Greatsword. So we're going to do this. And the other advantage of this is it sets up a pocket to play our Wild Boar of the Sea into. Thinking about this ambush card right now as either a charm card that we're going to see flip over in a couple turns here, or the Mass Boost ambush card, in which case we want to think about it as 6 cards to either side. So in this case, right now, 6 plus 6 is 12 points. So right now, we're down 17 on that basis. My opponent screwed up, tried to kill my Greatsword there, couldn't do it. So He's going to have to come after that Greatsword again. This is the point where it's nice to have Mandrake. We unfortunately don't have Mandrake on us at the moment. We can't play our Wild Boar right now either. Instead, what are we going to do here? This is a very interesting position. You don't often have a 1-point Greatsword. My opponent might be looking to steal it. He must be. Opponent is looking to steal it. This is going to be the spy that flips over and steals things. So because of that, we're going to do this. Mind you, it was just steal. Yeah. So there's no way that would work, and that was probably a mistake because it has to steal spell there because it steals the highest. Okay, this is all. We want to start getting some tempo back, so we're going to use Dandelion here in an effort to put a sword into play. I should have thought a little bit more about that last turn. We were running down the clock. I am talking, which makes it hard to think as quick as I should. I should have realized I was going to steal. Not steal the Greatsword, so I could have let the Greatsword live, and I probably should have let the Greatsword live. But that's okay. Let's set up this thing's already panther range, and there's nothing we can do about that. We can just steal this thing. Yeah, that's probably the best way. We're just steal the Dragoon. I mean, it's a 16-point play. It gets my muzzle used, and this thing was boosting him every turn, now it's boosting me every turn, so we might as well do that. Opponent kills the Greatsword. That's fine. We'll, do we have a way of making so let's put the Greatsword into play. Opponent is giving us time to kind of derive advantages in this round that they really don't need to give us. Like it's not clear to me why the opponent is continuing to play this. Okay, they figured it out, that there's no real reason for them to play it. That's okay. They gave us time to boost this Greatsword up to 12. We don't need much here to win this round. What is the play? The play is probably this. This way we get 1 point of strengthening our light longship, which is nice because we are going to be resurrecting that light longship a number of times. So overall, not at all unhappy with how that round went. Medium length rounds against Brewer are never a bad thing. We forced him to play out his leader. We cleared up the possible mess of spies. We put some decent cards into our own graveyard. Everything is just exactly where we would like it to be. We don't need the double priest right now. Okay, so opponent does have some carryover, but that's okay. This deck doesn't actually care. We are just going to do some thinning here. Playing our boosted Pirate Captain. Grabbing a Corsair. Using the Corsair to pull out that ship we conveniently boosted at the very end of last turn. And, getting ourselves a nice little 14-point turn to lead off on here. Alright, Hawker from my opponent is a little annoying, but not too bad. We're still going to take a moment here to correct our 12-point Greatsword, even though this is providing my opponent with 2 triggers on the Hawker. Shoop, there he is. What is Shoop gonna do today? I guess I could have realized I wasn't paying attention to my opponent's card counts, but he's pretty obviously Shoop here. Okay, he goes for the 25-point shoot. You know, always a respectable play, but I think we're definitely going to have here. We will fetch out our other greatsword. Cool. Now we'll put a boat in play to start running with the greatsword that we have there. Actually, we're going to put a boat to play with the pirate captain, not with the corsair. Oh, I didn't even have the corsair. That was close. I almost put the corsair in, thinking that I had the boat to grab with it, but I don't. Both of my boats are in my deck, so that could have been a terrible mistake. Glad we avoided it. We'll do that. And yeah, like I said, engine's all running here. We're going to have... Oh, it kills our greatsword. Totally fine. I'm going to have Herald here on the back row. No, not the back row, the front row. Okay. Where we want Herald on the front row. And the next turn we will kill. Beautiful. Or sorry, kill with Fret here. So we kill these two skulls. Deal some damage to my opponent, gets me a free bear out of the equation. Cool. Then we're going to have to pass, no matter what our opponent does here. If we count this as probably something like, say, could be 14 points, could be 12 points, depends on how he boosted things. Doesn't matter. It's not 20 points. That's what really counts. Oh, it's only 11. Okay, so my opponent actually needs a strong play here because I am gaining 3 from my greatsword. If this is not a good bronze, he's actually in a lot of trouble. Yeah, so that wasn't enough. So we are just going to win this. My opponent is going to play out his last card in order to win the round. Oh, he's just going to pass out. Cool. So, yeah, against Bruber, which is obviously a strong deck, that's a pretty strong showing for the Greatswords. I think we kind of showed off everything that was going on there. Let's say that that had continued. My opponent had to play out his last card. We would have gone into round 3, and our deck was just stock full of resurrecting cards at that point. We could have brought back any of the powerful things that we created from our graveyard. Would have had a very easy round 3. So take that, and thanks for watching.